Who is fit to replace Kevin Feige? So after our last video, we got the feedback that Kevin Feige is starting to improve the content remaining in the multiverse saga, such as Daredevil and the Fantastic Four, and we are happy that he is making these changes because we want Marvel to return to its former glory. But we still believe he has some bad influence on Marvel creations. Like the excessive use of cringy humor to the point that the MCU feels like a parody of itself, illogical changes of comic book characters to fit the plot of a specific movie, Taskmaster. The current plan for the end of the multiverse saga will create a lot of plot holes that will be very hard to fill and will hurt a lot of motifs central to the mutant saga. The second thing we now understand is maybe there's no need to completely get rid of Kevin Feige. Maybe Feige should stay and manage the administrative part of Marvel. Things like budget, worker management, interviews with directors and writers, determining publishing dates, etc. While someone else will manage the creative aspect of Marvel, creating plot points that must happen in each movie, deciding who will direct each movie, watching over the writing and directing process, etc. So after we talked about these things, let's move on to what we think the requirements for managing Marvel should be. So the most important thing is that the person managing Marvel Studios should know and love the comics being adapted. How much does he need to know and love? In my opinion, the person managing Marvel needs to read the main comic runs. Things like Siege, Original Sin, X-Men God Loves Man Kills, X-Men Operation Zero Tolerance, Rise of Apocalypse, Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt, Spider-Man The Clone Saga, House of M, and many more. But knowing the main comic runs isn't enough, and the person managing Marvel will also need to know the less known characters. Characters like Speedball, Firestar, Boom Boom, Big Wheel, The Blob, Daken, Daken. Are those two different characters? Daken, Daken? Never mind, let's just keep going. Beta Ray Bill, Gorgon, Hefteba, The Wall, just to name a few. Marvel's manager should also know various animated series, such as The Spectacular Spider-Man, The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Wolverine and the X-Men, and X-Men Evolution. Jeff Loeb. I'm sure most of you are asking, who? But here's the thing, Jeff Loeb is a veteran in the comics and TV industry. He wrote many comics, such as Cable, X-Men The Age of Apocalypse Omnibus, Avengers vs. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America. So he has a lot of knowledge and experience with Marvel's comics. Additionally, Jeff Loeb has directed the TV shows Iron Man Armored Adventures, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Ultimate Spider-Man, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, The Defenders, and many, many more. Meaning he does have experience directing Marvel's shows and movies, and also Marvel Studios work in the same way television shows productions work. Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. They're the writers of Captain America the First Avenger, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. They have long years experience working with the MCU, and all the projects they wrote are good. Thor the Dark World was okay. Fight me if you want. Dustin Daniel Cretton. Dustin directed the Shang-Chi movie, half of which was grounded and the other half in another dimension based on Chinese mythology. Something that indicates a variety of different genres in a single movie. And then he was appointed to direct the Kang Dynasty, which indicates that Marvel trusts him with an Avengers movie. And then when the movie was cancelled and replaced with Avengers Doomsday and the Russo brothers were appointed to be responsible for Doomsday, he was appointed to direct Spider-Man Brand New Day, which indicates an even higher level of trust because it's Spider-Man. Cretton also wrote the new Wonder Man series, which means he knows how to write, and is even supposed to direct a Naruto movie, which means he's interested in geeky things other than Marvel. So Cretton has directing experience, writing, a love and knowledge of comics, trust from the studio itself, and variety in his work. All of this makes Dustin Daniel Cretton the leading candidate. It's such a shame that our favorite candidate, James Gunn, can't run Marvel because he's busy running DC Studios. This is a shorter video compared to the others, and it is a lot less coherent. But it's important to talk about the options for who is fit to replace Kevin Feige in case he quits, is fired, or decides to give the creative managing role to someone else. We have a future video planned about stages 7 to 9 of Marvel, so please look forward to that in the coming months. Special thanks to @Doesn'tMatter7734 for the comments on the last video that helped us make things clearer for this video. We hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.